back. So another day, just making some breakfast, working from home today. Just want to give a quick update about things you notice after you become a homeowner. And these are just things I've noticed myself, is that everything needs to be fixed pretty much by you or someone else. So for example, the dishwasher, I took it out, fixed it, realigned it, did what I had to do, and now it works. Dryer is broke, so on the weekend, got to take that apart, do everything, fix it, and hopefully it's gonna work. When it comes to like little holes, patching things up on the walls and whatever else, especially outside of the house, I've realized that YouTube is a great resource, and so I've had to basically just YouTube everything so that I can get it fixed and do it on my own. Yard maintenance, again, everything's on your own. Pretty much everything that you do around the house, you have to do on your own. And not that it's a bad thing, it keeps you super busy. That's one thing I've realized. Things I noticed is suddenly you don't have enough time to do everything around the house. Like you got to do this, and then you got to do that, and you have to do this, and you have to do that, and before you know it, you have a million things that you have to do, but you only have a certain amount of time to do it, and then you run out of time. So that's a couple things I noticed. If I think of other things that I'm noticing, definitely let you guys know. But for the most part, fixing your own stuff, everything is on a different schedule when it comes to billing. So at one point you'll get a bill for this, you'll get a bill for that, and you won't even know what comes when, you know. You just know that you have a bill. Herman likes to hide his bones, so pretty sure that's what he's doing. Let's go check. What are you doing? Hiding your bone? Oh, did I catch you? Oh, sorry. What are you doing, Herman? Huh? Oh, here he comes. Are you mad because I caught you catch the other day? Oh, where are you going? Are you mad because I caught you while you're trying to hide your bone? Huh? Why are you so excited? Yeah. So, I'll update this video every now and then when more things that I notice about home ownership, and I'll let you guys know. Another thing I noticed is almost done. It's making kind of like a cheese, spinach, egg omelet with tortillas, flour tortillas. Oh, by the way, if you ever get flour tortillas, make sure you get this kind. It's called Tortilla Land. You basically do have to cook it on a stovetop like this, but it makes way better flour tortillas. So the other thing I was noticing is that once you become a homeowner, you end up having your typical dad shoes, which is like the Nike shoes they use for lawn care, I guess. I just have one specific pair of shoes now that I use for when I go weeding, or when I do lawn mowing, or work out in the yard. They used to be just my everyday shoes, but now they become my dad shoes, I guess. So that's one thing, you know, is you end up getting a pair of clothes that you use specifically for certain activities and certain things around the house. So right now I got my like at-home pajamas. We call them the butthole pants because they have a hole like in the butt area. But TMI. There's Herman. So omelet's almost done. I'm gonna finish up eating. It's 10:15 in the morning. Late breakfast / brunch, lunch. Yeah. So cool. If I think of anything else, I'll let you guys know. No, I think that's it. Another thing you notice after you get a house is you take more care of it. So when people come into my house, We always ask them to like take their shoes off, make sure they're not running up and down the stairs, make sure they're not poking the walls and doing all this other stuff. When we lived in our apartment, it was kind of a, yeah, we made them take their shoes off, but if they didn't, not a big deal. If we nicked walls or anything while moving something, we're like, you know what, we can patch it later on, not a big deal. But now, we do our best to not wear out the carpet. So there's a section right here where it has like just a single step, right? But we talked about how, we don't want to wear it down the carpet here on the side. Anything that has this right here, like just a chair on top of the carpet, we're looking to get something else to put underneath so that we don't wear it down. Because replacing carpet is expensive. It's a couple $1,000, especially for like our place that has a big area of carpet. So, right, Herman? We're more cautious about when Herman does certain things. For example, when he has this chew toy, he has this bone, right? Let me look at it real quick. So he has this little bone that when he plays with right here, it gets really gross and wet and just really dirty. So whenever he plays with it, we make sure he's like not on the couch or in certain parts of the room. We always have to try to make him go to somewhere there's hard floor so it doesn't get the carpet gross. That's one thing you notice. You definitely are more overprotective about everything that you do, especially when it comes to bills, like the gas bill, the power bill. I've slowly become that dad where if somebody touched the thermostat above 70 or below, whatever, I'm just like, hey, turn that back down, get a blanket on. It's not cold, put a sweater on, etc., etc. So that's pretty funny. Another thing I noticed is, well, we came from like a two bed, two bath type of place, right? And with that, we utilized all the rooms that we needed. But now that we have a different type of setting, we have like a 4-bed or so, 3-bath, we have sometimes rooms like this guest room that doesn't get used. And since it doesn't get used, it develops like this unused kind of musty smell, And so when you go upstairs, I've been using my little gaming station up here to play my Switch games and whatnot. But we also have this other room where I don't use as much, and my fiance doesn't use it as much. We kind of use it right now as like this makeshift storage where everything's in here, just basically storage, So it's starting to get like that storage smell, I guess. So that's one thing I noticed. Unused rooms become just like this weird smelling type of thing, But whatever. We'll just clean them up and start using them for something. We just have to have somebody constantly stay with us. Another thing that I've noticed is you definitely hear a lot more sounds than normal. That could be like the new house thing. But sometimes I'll be chilling in the living room and you'll hear like these thumping sounds and I'm like, what is that? What's going on? What is that? What's that sound coming from? Turns out it's just either Herman doing something or just random sounds that the house makes, or that's it, Another thing I noticed is sometimes when I look outside, I don't know if you guys can see, but like we're off one of the main roads and some cars will pull in front of the house, and so you become suspicious of a lot of people. I mean, that's probably bad, but there'll be times where I kind of sit in my desk or I'm just sitting at the chair, my fiance's sitting somewhere, and she'll be like, hey, somebody's parked in front of the house. And, I run out kind of to the window to see what's going on. And it turns out it's just someone who pulled over. They're probably checking their GPS or they're doing something. Then they flip a U and kind of go on about. We get a lot of people walking in front of our house because it's just, main street, easy to walk on. And because of that, usually it's like old people, just kind of walking, doing their thing, or kids because we live by a school. Every now and then you see and you kind of just like, oh man, are they paying attention to our house? Why are they walking in front? But at a time you're just like, just the old person walking by, right? Just kids walking by. So that's something you begin to notice way more. Like when we lived in our apartment complex, it was a gated community, and so we didn't have to worry about, you know, people walking around, walking in front of the complex or whatever. But now it's more like a public. So people are constantly walking by, doing their own thing, living their own lives. And if I'm out there, one of us is paying attention, we'll just kind of question it. We'll be like, you know, what are they doing? Why are they just standing there? Why are they just looking at us at their house? So definitely got to get more security things. So I got these little, my place is like pretty much rigged up with like Amazon cloud cams and Nest and all this other stuff. And got to get more, because the last thing I want is somebody snooping around my place. We got neighbors with big dogs, 2 German Shepherds and stuff. And they, you know, they really bark when they hear anything or even see anything, so that's nice. Herman barks. He's a good dog, so anytime somebody knocks or he hears weird noises, he goes bonkers, right? So that's pretty nice. Either way, those are all I can think of right now. But again, as time goes on, you begin to notice more and more things, and I'll let you guys know. Peace.